Have you ever wondered why some people seem to wake up in the morning already stronger, more energized, and ready to perform, while others feel stiff, weak, and drained even after a full night of sleep? Here's a fascinating truth: the quality of your recovery and even the way your muscles repair and grow are not only shaped by what you do in the gym, but also by what you provide your body right before you go to bed. In fact, new research in physiology and neuroscience shows that your body has a unique window of opportunity during sleep, when muscle protein synthesis, the very process of rebuilding and strengthening muscle fibers, can be maximized. The catch is this: your body can't do it alone. It needs certain nutrients delivered at the right time to give your cells the raw materials to repair, rebuild, and grow while you rest. And here's where it gets exciting. Two vitamins in particular have been shown to directly enhance this process. Not stimulants, not supplements that leave you wired at night, but natural nutrients that actually support deeper sleep, regulate recovery hormones, and accelerate the muscle-building machinery of your body while you're completely at rest. Think about it: while you're dreaming, your nervous system is recalibrating, your hormones are pulsing in precise rhythms, and your muscles are being rewoven stronger than they were yesterday. If you can align with that process instead of leaving it up to chance, you give yourself an extraordinary advantage in strength, performance, and longevity. Tonight we're going to break this down step by step. You'll discover the neuroscience of why sleep is your most powerful recovery tool, the specific vitamins that supercharge muscle growth overnight, and practical tools you can use immediately, simple, repeatable habits that help you wake up not just rested, but stronger. So let's dive in. By the end of this talk, you'll know exactly what to do before bed to turn sleep into one of your greatest allies for muscle, energy, and resilience. When most people think about vitamin D, they think about bones. And it's true, vitamin D is essential for calcium absorption and skeletal strength. But what many don't realize is that vitamin D also acts as a powerful regulator inside your muscle tissue, particularly while you sleep. Inside every muscle fiber, there are receptors for vitamin D. These receptors function almost like antennae. They pick up signals from the vitamin D circulating in your bloodstream and then activate genes that are directly involved in protein synthesis, the process that literally rebuilds muscle fibers after they've been stressed through exercise or daily activity. Without adequate vitamin D, this machinery slows down and your body misses its chance to repair and strengthen itself during sleep. Here's what the research shows: people with low vitamin D levels not only experience weaker muscles, but they also recover more slowly from exercise, injuries, and even everyday strain. In older adults, insufficient vitamin D has been strongly linked to muscle weakness, balance problems, and even a higher risk of falls. That means this vitamin isn't just about vanity or strength in the gym. It's about maintaining independence, vitality, and resilience as you age. Now, let's connect this to sleep. Deep sleep is when your body produces the most growth hormone, a natural anabolic hormone that drives repair and growth. Vitamin D plays a crucial role here because it enhances the sensitivity of your muscles to growth hormone and testosterone. In other words, even if your hormones are working properly at night, their muscle building signals won't be fully received if vitamin D is missing. It's like having a strong Wi-Fi router in your house, but your device's antenna is broken, the signal can't get through. Think about how this plays out in real life. Have you ever noticed how much better you feel and move after a period of consistent sun exposure compared to long weeks stuck indoors? That's not just mood, that's vitamin D fueling both your brain and muscle cells. When you combine this with restorative sleep, you create a synergy that multiplies the effects: faster recovery, stronger contractions, and better energy the next morning. A simple tool to apply here is to check your vitamin D intake and timing. While your body can make vitamin D from sunlight, many people, especially those in colder climates or seniors with less efficient skin conversion, don't get enough. Supplementation, often taken with a meal containing healthy fats, ensures that levels stay optimal. Importantly, taking vitamin D earlier in the day may also support circadian rhythm alignment, since this nutrient interacts with brain regions that regulate sleep-wake cycles. By the time you're winding down at night, vitamin D has already done its job of priming your system for growth hormone release during deep sleep. Here's a reflection question: when was the last time you had your vitamin D levels checked? Many people go years without knowing that they are operating at a deficit. Yet correcting this one factor could make the difference between waking up sore and drained versus waking up noticeably stronger and more resilient. And here's the empowering part. This isn't about adding more stress, more stimulants, or more hours in the gym. It's about aligning with biology, giving your muscles what they naturally need to do their job while you rest. Vitamin D transforms sleep from a passive state into an active repair workshop. So the first key to waking up stronger is simple but profound. Ensure your vitamin D levels are supported, because when your muscles have the raw materials and the signal they need, your nights become the most powerful part of your training. If vitamin D is the spark that turns on the muscle building machinery, vitamin B12 is the power supply that keeps it running through the night. This vitamin doesn't always get the attention it deserves when it comes to strength, but without it, your muscles and nervous system simply can't communicate at their best. Here's why. Every single muscle contraction you make, whether lifting a dumbbell or just standing up from a chair, depends on signals traveling through your nerves. Vitamin B12 is critical for maintaining the myelin sheath, the protective coating around your nerves that allows those signals to move quickly and efficiently. Without enough B12, nerve conduction slows down, leading to muscle weakness, poor coordination, and delayed recovery. But B12's role goes deeper. It's essential for the production of red blood cells, which are the vehicles that carry oxygen throughout your body. When you sleep, your muscles don't just need repair materials like amino acids, they also need oxygen to fuel the rebuilding process. Think of oxygen like the construction crew's energy source. Without it, repairs happen slowly, inefficiently, or not at all. Adequate B12 ensures that your red blood cells are healthy and abundant, delivering oxygen right where it's needed to accelerate recovery. Research consistently shows that low B12 levels are associated with fatigue, muscle weakness, and even depression, all of which make it harder to stay consistent with physical activity. And here's something many people overlook as we age. Our ability to absorb B12 from food decreases significantly. This means that even if you're eating a balanced diet, you may still not be getting enough of this crucial nutrient, especially if stomach acid levels are low or if certain medications interfere with absorption. So how does this connect to sleep? During the night, your nervous system goes through cycles of recalibration. REM sleep, in particular, is a period when your brain is highly active, consolidating memories and rebalancing neurotransmitters. Vitamin B12 plays a supportive role here because it helps regulate homocysteine levels in the blood. Elevated homocysteine has been linked not only to cardiovascular risk, but also to impaired sleep quality. By keeping these levels in check, B12 indirectly supports both better rest and more effective overnight recovery. Imagine this scenario. Two people both sleep for 8 hours. One has adequate B12. The other is deficient. The first person wakes up with muscles that feel supple, energy that feels replenished, and focus that feels sharp. The second wakes up sluggish, with lingering soreness, brain fog, and low motivation. Same amount of sleep, completely different outcomes. And the difference often comes down to whether the nervous system and oxygen delivery system had the tools they needed. A practical tool here is to evaluate not just your diet, but also your absorption. B12 is found naturally in animal products like eggs, dairy, and meat. For those who eat plant-based, fortified foods or supplements become particularly important. For seniors, sublingual under-the-tongue forms or injections may sometimes be recommended since they bypass the digestive barriers that can limit absorption. Here's a reflective question. Have you ever blamed your tired mornings purely on bad sleep when it might actually be a nutrient deficiency limiting your recovery? Sometimes the solution isn't more hours in bed. It's ensuring your body has the right biochemical tools to repair itself during the hours you already sleep. And here's the inspiring takeaway. Vitamin B12 doesn't just restore energy, it sharpens the very connection between your brain and muscles. It ensures that when your mind sends a signal, your body responds with strength and precision. It's about waking up not just rested, but fully switched on, mentally and physically aligned. So the second key to waking up stronger is to safeguard your vitamin B12 levels. Because when your nerves fire cleanly and your muscles are well oxygenated, your nights become a powerful reset button for performance, vitality, and resilience. We often think of sleep as rest, a time when nothing much happens. But in reality, sleep is the single most anabolic period of your day. It's during the night, not in the gym, that your body repairs torn muscle fibers, restores depleted energy reserves, and resets your hormonal balance. Exercise provides the stimulus, but sleep provides the transformation. Here's what happens. When you enter deep sleep, what scientists call slow-wave sleep, your pituitary gland releases pulses of growth hormone. This hormone is like the foreman of a construction crew. It directs amino acids into muscle tissue, stimulates protein synthesis, and accelerates the repair of microscopic tears caused by training or even everyday activity. Without these nightly pulses of growth hormone, muscles can't repair at full capacity. And it's not just growth hormone. Testosterone, another key anabolic hormone, peaks during sleep. For both men and women, healthy testosterone levels are linked to greater muscle strength, faster recovery, and more stable energy throughout the day. If sleep is disrupted, whether by stress, poor routines, or insufficient nutrients, testosterone release is blunted and the rebuilding process is weakened. Now, here's where it gets fascinating. The effectiveness of these hormones is magnified when your vitamin levels are adequate. Vitamin D makes muscle cells more responsive to growth hormone and testosterone. Vitamin B12 ensures nerves and oxygen delivery are optimized. In other words, sleep sets the stage, but vitamins determine how well the performance unfolds. It's like having a beautifully designed theater. The hormones are the actors, but the vitamins are the microphones and lighting that ensure the performance actually works. Have you ever noticed how one bad night of sleep makes your muscles feel heavier, your joints stiffer, and your motivation lower? That's not just psychological. When deep sleep is shortened, growth hormone pulses are cut short, testosterone dips, and cortisol, the stress hormone, rises. Cortisol, in excess, breaks down muscle tissue instead of building it. It's the opposite of what you want. A simple tool here is to think of your bedtime as the start of your training, not the end of your day. Preparing for sleep with the same intention you bring to a workout can transform recovery. This might include dimming lights an hour before bed, keeping a consistent sleep schedule, and ensuring that your last meal contains not just protein, but also the vitamins and minerals that support anabolic processes. And let's not forget REM sleep, the dream stage. While deep sleep is anabolic for the body, REM is restorative for the brain. During REM, neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin are replenished, sharpening motivation and mood for the following day. This means that both parts of sleep, deep and REM, are essential if you want to wake up stronger, not only in muscle, but in focus and resilience. Here's a reflection. If you view sleep as downtime, you'll treat it casually. But if you view sleep as the most anabolic training block you have, a nightly session of growth and repair, you'll protect it with the same seriousness as a workout. That mindset shift alone can dramatically change how your body responds. So the third key is recognizing that sleep is not passive. It's the anabolic window, a finely tuned biological event where hormones, nutrients, and neural recalibration all come together. When you align with it, your nights become the most productive hours of your life. We've established that vitamin D and vitamin B12 are powerful drivers of overnight repair. But here's the truth. The way you time and deliver these nutrients matters just as much as whether you take them at all. Think of it like watering a plant. The timing of when you pour that water determines whether the roots can actually absorb it. Let's start with vitamin D. Because it interacts with your circadian rhythm, the internal clock that regulates sleep and wakefulness, it's best absorbed and most beneficial earlier in the day. Taking vitamin D in the morning, ideally with a meal that contains healthy fats, not only supports absorption, but also signals to your body that it's daytime. This reinforces the natural rhythm that allows melatonin, the sleep hormone, to rise in the evening. The result, you set the stage for deeper, more restorative sleep later at night. Vitamin B12, on the other hand, has a stimulating effect on the nervous system for some people. That doesn't mean it keeps you awake like caffeine, rather it helps your brain and nerves fire more efficiently. For this reason, many experts suggest taking B12 earlier in the day as well. This ensures that your nervous system has the building blocks it needs throughout the day, while your body can carry those benefits into the night for muscle and nerve repair. But nutrient timing isn't only about what you take in the morning. What you do in the evening is equally important. Your last meal before bed should include protein because your muscles need amino acids as raw materials for repair and should avoid excessive sugar or alcohol, which can blunt growth hormone release. Think of it as giving your body a high-quality toolkit before sending it into the repair workshop of sleep. Here sets a simple protocol. Take vitamin D and B12 earlier in the day with meals. Ensure your evening meal includes a steady source of protein paired with minerals like magnesium that promote relaxation. Avoid stimulants, heavy alcohol, or late-night processed foods that disrupt hormone release. This creates the perfect balance: nutrients that prime your body during the day, and a supportive meal that ensures those nutrients can be used effectively overnight. Now, pause for a moment and imagine how different your nights could feel if you align just these small shifts. Instead of tossing and turning or waking up sore, you'd wake up with muscles that feel recharged, joints that feel looser, and energy that carries into the morning with clarity. That's the compounding effect of timing, not just what you give your body, but when. And if this insight is resonating with you, if you're beginning to see how science-backed protocols can turn something as ordinary as sleep into a powerful training tool, I'd encourage you to subscribe to this channel. Because here, we explore not just theories, but practical, evidence-based strategies that you can apply every single day for better health, strength, and longevity. Here's the empowering takeaway. Nutrient timing transforms sleep from a gamble into a predictable, repeatable tool. By aligning what you give your body with when it can use it best, you're no longer leaving recovery up to chance. You're training smarter even while you rest. So the fourth key is this: set your vitamins and nutrients on the right schedule. Because when you pair biology with timing, you wake up each morning with a quiet confidence that your body is working with you, not against you. Vitamins never work in isolation. In the body, they operate in complex networks, partnering with other nutrients to amplify their effects. When it comes to muscle repair and overnight recovery, vitamin D and B12 are most powerful when paired with two allies, protein and magnesium. Let's start with protein. Think of protein as the raw construction material, the bricks and mortar your body uses to rebuild muscle fibers. When you exercise, you create micro tears in those fibers. Protein, broken down into amino acids, is what fills in those gaps, making the muscle stronger than before. Without sufficient protein, vitamins like D and B12 have nothing to build with. It's like hiring a construction crew and providing them with blueprints, but no actual building materials. Now here's the synergy. Vitamin D improves the efficiency of muscle protein synthesis, the actual conversion of those amino acids into new muscle tissue. B12, meanwhile, supports the nervous system so that new muscle fibers are properly connected and functional. Protein provides the bricks, but these vitamins ensure the bricks are laid correctly, reinforced, and wired for performance. Timing protein intake matters too. Consuming a moderate portion of protein in the evening, such as Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or a plant-based protein shake, ensures that your bloodstream carries amino acids into the night. During deep sleep, when growth hormone pulses are strongest, your body now has both the hormonal signals and the raw materials needed for maximal repair. Magnesium adds another critical layer. This mineral is often called the relaxation mineral because it calms the nervous system and helps muscles release tension. But beyond relaxation, magnesium also plays a direct role in muscle protein synthesis and energy production. It helps convert food into ATP, the energy currency your muscles use for repair. Magnesium also improves sleep quality by regulating melatonin and calming brain activity. Here's the fascinating part. Vitamin D and magnesium actually depend on each other. Vitamin D enhances magnesium absorption, while magnesium is required to activate vitamin D into its usable form. Without magnesium, vitamin D supplements may not reach their full potential. This is why people who take vitamin D but remain deficient in magnesium often don't see the improvements they expect. The two are partners in recovery. Let's bring this into a real-world example. Imagine your body as a repair shop. Protein is the shipment of raw materials. Vitamin D is the project manager, ensuring everything is organized. B12 is the electrician wiring the systems, and magnesium is the calming supervisor, making sure the crew doesn't burn out and that the lights stay on all night. Remove any one of them, and the repair shop struggles keep them together, and the work happens smoothly, efficiently, and with lasting results. A simple, actionable protocol looks like this. Daytime, take vitamin D and B12 with meals. Evening, include a protein-rich snack an hour or two before bed. Throughout the day, ensure magnesium intake through leafy greens, nuts, seeds, or a supplement if needed. This way, your body has every piece of the recovery puzzle in place before you even close your eyes. Here's a reflective question. Are you building your nightly repair shop with all the right partners present, or are you missing one of the key players? Often the difference between waking up stiff and fatigued versus waking up strong and ready isn't about working harder. It's about creating the right synergy inside your body. So the fifth key is this. Don't just focus on single nutrients in isolation. Pair them with the protein and minerals that unlock their full potential. Because when you create synergy, sleep becomes the most powerful training tool you'll ever have. One of the most overlooked aspects of muscle growth and recovery is how you feel the morning after. The real measure of whether your body is rebuilding efficiently isn't just seen in the gym or on the scale. It's felt in your energy, your focus, and your mood the moment you wake up. When vitamin D and B12 are consistently supplied alongside protein and magnesium, something remarkable happens. You don't just recover better, you begin to experience what I call the morning after effect. It's the sense of waking up with muscles that feel charged rather than depleted, a mind that feels clear rather than foggy, and an emotional baseline that is calmer, steadier, and more resilient. Here's the science behind it. Overnight, your muscles undergo protein synthesis, your nerves recalibrate, and your brain replenishes key neurotransmitters. Vitamin D, by making muscle cells more sensitive to growth signals, ensures that the rebuilding process is robust. Vitamin B12, by maintaining nerve health and red blood cell production, guarantees that your muscles receive both the oxygen and the communication they need. Add magnesium to calm the nervous system and protein to supply raw materials, and you've created the perfect recipe for overnight transformation. The next morning, this translates into tangible benefits. Muscles feel stronger and less stiff because they were rebuilt with adequate amino acids and vitamin-driven support. Energy feels stable because oxygen delivery was optimized by B12 and cortisol wasn't spiking from poor sleep. Mood feels brighter because neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, supported by B vitamins, were replenished during REM sleep. This is why many people who correct a vitamin D or B12 deficiency describe not just better strength, but a whole new sense of vitality. They don't just function better in workouts, they function better in life. Imagine the ripple effect. You wake up energized, so you move more during the day, you move more, so you sleep deeper the next night. That deeper sleep fuels even stronger recovery, which boosts your performance and mood the following day. This positive cycle becomes self-reinforcing, and over weeks and months it compounds into noticeable changes in body composition, resilience, and confidence. Now here's the empowering piece. This transformation isn't reserved for elite athletes. Seniors, busy professionals, parents, anyone who aligns with these basic biological principles can experience it. Because the truth is, your body is wired for renewal. It just needs the right conditions to express it. So ask yourself, how do you feel in the mornings right now? Do you feel restored or do you feel drained? That single check-in can tell you a lot about whether your sleep, nutrients, and recovery systems are working in your favor or quietly holding you back. And if insights like this are helpful to you, if you're beginning to see how small science-based adjustments can dramatically change the way you age, perform, and live, then I'd love to invite you to like this video and share it with someone who might benefit. It's one of the simplest ways to help others discover tools that can truly elevate their daily lives. So the sixth and final key is this: pay attention to the morning after effect, because when your nights are optimized with the right nutrients and habits, your mornings stop being a struggle and start becoming a springboard, a launch pad into strength, clarity, and resilience that compounds over time. We've traveled through the science of how sleep becomes your most powerful training partner, not by chance, but by design. And we've uncovered two vitamins that play an outsized role in transforming your nights into engines of repair and growth: vitamin D and vitamin B12. Vitamin D acts as the signal amplifier. It primes your muscle cells to respond to growth hormone and testosterone, ensuring that the body's natural anabolic rhythms during deep sleep are fully expressed. Without it, those powerful hormonal surges are like a message sent with no receiver. Vitamin B12, on the other hand, safeguards the wiring. It keeps your nerves sharp, your oxygen delivery efficient, and your brain-to-muscle communication strong. Without it, recovery stalls, energy dips, and mornings feel heavy rather than renewed. We saw how sleep itself is the anabolic window, the period when hormones, neurotransmitters, and nutrients converge to rebuild you stronger. We discussed why nutrient timing matters, how synergy with protein and magnesium magnifies recovery, and how the morning after effect becomes the clearest sign that your body is operating in alignment with its biology. And here's the bigger picture. This isn't about hacks or shortcuts. It's about honoring the natural systems your body already has and giving them what they need to perform at their best. With the right nutrients at the right time, every night of sleep becomes an investment in strength, clarity, and resilience. So here's my challenge to you tonight. Make one intentional change. Maybe it's ensuring your vitamin D and B12 levels are supported. Maybe it's adding a protein-rich snack before bed. Maybe it's protecting your sleep routine with the same seriousness you give to your workouts. Start with just one step and notice how your mornings begin to change, because the truth is simple. You don't have to work harder to get stronger. You have to recover smarter. And when you align sleep, vitamins, and synergy, you wake up each day not only rested, but renewed. If this message resonated with you, I'd love to invite you to like, comment, and subscribe. Join this community of people committed to living stronger, longer, and better, one intentional choice at a time.